All right, Tay 600, how's it going, man?
I'm good. How y'all going, man?
Good, man. You know, taking a trip out here.
Yeah, I had to come slide to LA, see what's going on, check out the scenery.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's
Yeah.
what's up. Well, let's get into it, man. Chicago. This is our first time interviewing, so get a little backstory on you a little bit, man. What part of Chicago are you from?
From the south side, man. Shit, King Drive, Inglewood, Woodlawn area, 60th and King Drive, land of the black disciples, man. A lot of gang banging going on, a lot of savage shit happening, dangerous, treacherous.
Oh, okay. What do you think was one of the most craziest things you've seen growing up?
Man, I ain't even gonna lie. It's like, in our streets of Chicago, it's like you would go from like not seeing shit to seeing everything like this. Like, I mean, when I first started gang banging, like I didn't have no dead homies. Like we was in tour with niggas and shit, warm with them, but I ain't had no dead homies. Then like from July of 2011 to February, we went from 0 to 4. I was like 14 years old. You know what I'm saying? Or 13 years old or some shit like that. And it went from having no dead homies. You get a call, one of the guys just got shot or some shit like that. Or something, you feel me? And then it'd be like, out the blue, motherfuckers get a call to my bro, why they just kill Wood? Why would they just kill Baldy? Baldy just got shot in the head. And it's just like, shit get to turning for the worst. But like the craziest shit I probably saw was like, this shit, like, I remember I was in the hood, cause it's like I always see shit, right? Like I done seen a lot of shit happen, but it's like how I analyze the situations. Like I was right there when LA got shot his first time. I don't know if your fan base gonna know who L'A Capone is, but L'A Capone was a big Chicago rapper that was like my homie. He from my hood, and he got killed when he was like I was 16 when he got killed, and he had been 17 for like a week. He on my arm, but his name was L'A Capone, and he had got shot the first time. This was one of the time he got killed. I was with him when he got shot. All of us was getting shot at and shit. When I turned around, folks was laying in the street. He was stretched out, shot up in the legs and shit. He was just right there. We was talking the whole time. I'm just standing up over him. He like, bro, this shit hurt. Cause that was the first time I ever like seen one of my homies get shot, and they was just like so chill about the shit. But it was like because I didn't know it at the time, but we was getting immune to a lot of that shit because it was happening so often. Like maybe a year or two before that, if that would have happened, I'd have been like, damn, what the fuck, tweaking out and shit. But it was like, it's coming from Chicago after gangbanging and being in real wars for so long. A lot of shit you see, you be like, damn. Like I didn't lost hella dead homies now that I don't even cry when I get them calls no more. I don't know how I be feeling, cause it be like I be numb to that shit. Like I got about 30, 40 dead homies. Nah.
Wow.
So.
How many times did L'A Capone get shot?
Well, he got shot. That time he got shot, I want to say he got shot once, or like he got skint once and shot, or he got shot one time and he got skint or something, but he got shot like right here. Yeah, I want to say I think he did get shot twice, man. I think he got shot somewhere else too. But he got shot. The one that fucked him up was the one that was right here because that's the one that ended up killing him the second time he got shot. Because ironically, when he got shot the second time, the dude that shot him, he like shot him in the same area as the first wound.
Oh, wow.
And it was like when they shot him that time, it's like he kind of bled to death because it kind of reopened the old wound. The bullet was still in him from the first time he got shot, so that kind of like triggered some whole other shit when he got shot the next time, and he basically like bled out. They couldn't stop the bleed. But yeah, he got shot somewhere in the area right here.
Did you guys see the guys coming? Did you guys have a chance to run or anything?
Man, it was like the first time, it was so crazy, right? We was on the block, and me and LA, we was talking and shit the first time he got shot. And we was walking from 600 to Front Street, and we had, like, we had 30s on us and shit. We had a lot of pipes on us, but it was so hot in the hood that day, we was, like, debating, like, if we should walk to Fonham Hood, because, it's just like any other gang. We clicked up with other hoods and shit that's right next to ours and shit. So we from 600, and, we clicked up with Front Street. That's where Fredo Santana from,
Okay.
Fredo Santana, that was one of our guys, you know what I'm saying? So Fredo Santana from Front Street. But so we was like our hoods like right next to each other. So it was like when we was debating like, man, should we walk to Front Street with these pipes? Man, it's hot as hell in the hood, So we ended up leaving the pipes, and it was like we was walking and we seen one of the ops, but we didn't even pay attention. But he belted right out, went in our stove first and let off a shot in our stove. He seen a nigga in our stove. Let off a shot in there. We heard the shot, but we didn't see where it was coming from. All we see, he walk out the store. He instantly see us as a crowd. We like a half a block away. He up pipe, get the flame and all in our crowd. We just taking off. And LA had got hit. And what's so crazy is he got hit trying to run a different way. Like we was all in the crowd. We all basically shot. We was just walking this way, and we all basically shot back the other way. And LA tried to instead of running on the sidewalk with all of us, he tried to run in the street. And like dip behind some cars and run on the other side of the street. And I guess the nigga who was shooting at him, he was more focused on him than he was on us. So he was blowing at him and he hit him. Man, boy, I done been to so many shootouts, I done seen so much shit happen and unfold, man. I done seen a couple of my own homies get hit in their head. I done seen a couple of my homies shoot themselves. I done seen a couple of my homies die.
You seen one of your homies shoot themselves?
Yeah. I seen one of my homies shoot themselves.
How'd that happen?
Man, cause we was just coming off from doing some shit or whatever, and one of our pipes was jammed up.
Oh.
And folks was dumb tweaking, sitting right there trying to unjam the pipe, and he shot himself in the head.
Oh damn.
It's some rookie mistake ass shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, just some dumb shit. Really, he shot himself in the head though.
What do you think was one of the most hardest things about growing up?
And where I'm from, man, the hardest thing about growing up where I'm from is basically like, I ain't even gonna lie, it's so much that comes with this shit. It's like the hardest thing is like your decision, like, because coming up where I'm from, it's like they never really let you be a regular person. Like, you gotta either choose a side, like, and I don't know how it is out here in LA with their gangs, but in Chicago, it's like, say for instance, me and the niggas, my hood and the hood that we in tour with, right? We got a street called King Drive. That's one of our streets out here, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, on the right side of King Drive going towards Calumet, that's our side. And on the left side of King Drive going towards Vernon, that's the ops side. And us and the ops, we share the same stores, share the same little shopping malls, and the same little places that we like to go and buy shit from. Like, that's how close our hoods is. So it's like, you damn near really never get a chance to like be normal. Like, it's like, as soon as you get up at age where it's like, all right, now you able to gangbang or fight or it's like you got to pick a side. And it's like niggas be ready to pick sides anyway because it'd be like, what if you die? Who want to die for being just associated with somebody? Like that's how I looked at this gang shit. That's why when I jumped in the streets, it was like I treated anything in my life, whether it was good or bad. Whatever I'm gonna do it as best as I can. So if I'm gonna be a shooter, I'm gonna try to be the best shooter from my hood. That's just like if I tried to be a lawyer or something. If I was gonna be a lawyer and go to school, I was gonna try to, like, when I played football, I tried to be the best running back on my team. I tried to be the best running back in the whole league, in the whole city park league, So, and it's just like, that's the same thing with the streets. Like, whatever you gonna do, you gotta do it to the fullest. So it's like, me, I didn't want to be one of them niggas that got into a lot of trouble or had to go through a lot of stuff with just people that I was associated with. So I might as well get all the way in it, So, but our hood is so close. It's like a lot of people that I'm in tour with right now, we used to, man, be up in each other's houses and know each other mamas, and like we used to hoop together, and like, man, to my kids, you have a party, your mama come bring hot dogs and cake and all that. We 10, 11 years old, and I'm all there. It's niggas from the ops right now, that I see, and we like, man, I used to be around these niggas when we was kids every day. These my everyday homies. Used to call them like, bro, yeah, let's go kick it. You feel me? But it's like our hoods and the op hoods so close that once you get up in age, you could really end up on either side. And that's just really how it happened. Like, a lot of niggas that's on the other side, they just ended up kicking it with some people from that way.
Oh, okay.
So it's just about your decision making. Like, you got to figure out where you going to go, how you going to move for the rest of your life. Because after you pick, ain't no turning back. You associated, you with it. Ain't no going back. You got to get in it. Got to toke pipes. Got to change your ways you going to move to stay alive. And that's why it's so hard, because it's like a lot of people can't take that transition, Like, how you go from being a regular little dude and just going to school and, having little crushes and all that type of stuff till having to live a certain way to stay alive. Like, you just went from where your life wasn't even just in danger at first, to having to, like, move to save your life every day. Like, it was a point in time where I was just a kid and I didn't have to worry about getting shot, And then the next day, it's like I gotta learn to No, I was one of them kids where I used to always walk with my head down because I used to find shit on the ground. Like I was always one of them niggas that always found money. Like I'd just be walking, oh, $1, oh, $5. Like I don't know what it was, but I always used to walk with my head down and see shit on the ground. So like when I started gang banging, like the older guys, they had to teach me, oh, walk with your head up. Oh, don't do this, don't do that. Hit cuts like this, hit cuts like that. And it's like, bro, like 2 days ago, I didn't even just like have to worry about this. Now you telling me then I gotta learn all this shit fast because now that I'm hanging with y'all for the last 2 days, now I got niggas that's after my life. You know, but 2 days ago I was just a regular kid and I had to worry about none of this. So it's like, that's the hardest thing because it's a quick transition. You don't really get no time to, because once you in it, it's on. The nigga slide through, you might just started claiming it yesterday. Nigga caught you on a bad day, kill you. You know, it's just like that. So everything you in the streets, you gotta learn quick. You don't have no time to let it manifest or like move slow about it because anything that you don't realize quick, it'll cost you your life, and that's the end game. So you gotta, your decision making is like the most important.
Okay, okay. How old were you when you first got involved?
Man, shit, I was young as hell, man. You know, I mean, shit, but 22. So, and I've been in the game, man, 10 years. 10 years.
So
Like
12?
Yeah, you could say, because my freshman year of high school was 2011. I was already a gangbanger. My freshman year of high school. And I was 14 years old. When I was a freshman year of high school, I had just lost a dead homie. Then, my freshman year of high school started in September. I lost 2 dead homies in September. And I lost a dead homie in July. So I was 13, 14 years old. Matter of fact, I think I want to say I was 14 or finna be 14 because my birthday didn't come to that November. So I was 14 or finna be 14. But so that probably was, about 12. I caught my first gun case when I was like 13, 14.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was in a juvenile for a pipe at like 13, 14 years old. So
Oh, okay.
shit was moving quick. As I jumped in the streets, it was like, all right, here go a pipe, here go this, here go that. Automatic gang banging instantly.
In Cali, people have to get jumped in. Is there a process to be a BD?
Yeah, I mean, shit, it used to be. I don't really know about, me, I'm a real, I'm a real member, so I like when I came in, that's how it was happening. But since Chief Keef done got on and made like our gang popular, like everybody want to be this shit, and it kind of watered it down a little bit. Like niggas, I know it's hella black disciples, BDs out there that's BD and never got put in this shit or never got read they laws and really know what's going on with this shit. And they probably just woke up one day and was like, man, I'm BD, But
So
when
there was a process to it, though?
Yeah. Back in the day,
So you had to get jumped in?
Hell yeah, you had to. Motherfuckers had to. See me, I was one of them people, like I said, whatever I'm gonna do it to the fullest. So, like when I first was getting it, we had big guys that like call you on this type of shit. Like you had to be ready. Like nigga be like, spit your lick, one of the guys, and you gotta like know shit. And if you don't know it, it make you look less of a man. In my eyes, like, so who the fuck want to get called up on some shit and they don't know it? Now you look like a clown because you just out here claiming shit you know nothing about, really. Like, I was one of them people, like, when I went to jail, I was a kid. I went to jail in the Audi home, nigga. I was pulling up my own literature on a computer in a library. Because they got it on the internet and you could just pull it up and print this shit.
The rules that...
Yeah, because our gang members, the people that started it, these niggas is famous and these are real live big street dudes and all this is like public record, Like you can pull up any literature, like you could probably pull up the Blood and Crip literature on Google right now. Because I don't know how it got out there, but it's all public record now, And some things have changed, some laws and things have changed, new people that got into play party and, did some things and made some rules that was probably a little different. But for the most part, it's all like you just gotta, it's all out there for you to find out,
Okay.
So I used to be on that shit. I used to go, man, I ain't want to be the nigga that they ask some shit and I don't know it. So I just used to always be on top of my shit with that type of shit.
Okay. I think it was in a post or a video you had mentioned that you had made some people switch from GD to BD.
Yeah.
How does something like that work?
I mean, it was just like shit, like GDs and BDs, we really the same. We like, it's just like, I mean, I can't really say Blood and Crip but it is like Blood and Crip because them like the two dominant gangs in Chicago, Black Disciple and Gangster Disciple. That's just like in LA right now. It's Bloods and Crips is the dominant gang. You either or. You feel me? It's a lot of other gangs out there, but mostly everybody on the south side, especially, is either BD or GD. And it was like when we got into it with the GDs, it was like when we first got into it with them, it was like shit. I ain't want nobody around me that was GD. Like, that's just like you being from a blood hood and you having Crip homies, then you get into it with a bunch of Crips. It was like we had a no GD policy. Like it was a couple of my homies that was GD and I was whooping their ass in school and I flipped them niggas. I'm like, bro, we ain't on none of that shit. A couple of guys coming to the hood, man, look, you flipping their ass. You feel me? I'm flipping them. I gotta put you in rotation, man, because I don't want no GDs around me. You know what I'm saying? And I fuck with a lot of GDs, but at that time when we first got into it with them, it was just like a no-fly zone for that shit. I ain't want no bricks around me. So if you was coming in and you was on that GD shit and you was trying to be from where we was, you had to make that transition. Like it's a lot of niggas from my hood that was GD, and they ass had to get with it, and that's just what it was. When I was young, I used to be ganged out. Like I was a real little hothead gang member. Like I was on bullshit. Like, man, I'm in school. Man, I'm telling you, this shit was real. Like Chief Keef used to be in school. We all went to school together. We used to be in the bathrooms. He beat it. Man, what?
You went to school with Chief Keef?
Yeah. We from the hood. We from the same hood. All us from the same hood, man. We was just motherfucker linking up. We fighting GDs outside, fighting GDs in class, fighting GDs in the passing period. Like, some niggas we'll hide that never flip, but for the most part, man, if you was in the Ross and you was GD after it got lit, man, motherfucker was on your ass. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it was.
Is it like that in Chicago? Like because I was hearing that some hoods will have GDs and BDs.
Yeah, it's like
there.
that. Like it's like that in my hood now. It's hella GD. It's some GD niggas in my hood that ain't flip. And it ain't like it ain't nothing towards them or nothing. It's just like back then when this shit first happened, it was like I don't know. It was like a little bit more urgent. Like the GD shit. Like as you get older, you realize that it really don't matter what gang you claim. It's all about who you with. Like if you was a blood and you had Crip homies, it wouldn't matter that these niggas was Crip as long as they gon' go for you and they own what you own and they moving how you moving. It don't matter what gang they in. They could be anything. And we learned that as we got older. But it was just as when we was young. That shit wasn't. No, you had to get on motherfuckers' ass. We was on a different type of time as kids.
How did you feel when Tekashi was doing all of his trolling with Chicago and everything?
You know what's so crazy, right? Me, as I got old, I tried to like talk a lot less, on a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? And when he was doing all that shit, like I was watching, because I be in New York a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, Chicago, we get this image because, we got the murder rate. So all these other cities that's around our city, they think like we just like, if you don't know a Chicago nigga, they think all we think is we the most savagest, killers, toughest niggas. Like we fucking made of steel. Like, so, like, and I be in New York a lot and I know New York niggas think this, you feel me? But they like the New York niggas that know me all through the areas, through each barrel, they know I'm a cool ass nigga. I ain't no tough nigga. But they know I got a record too. I'm not just no rap nigga. If you from my city, you know how I give it up. You know what I'm saying? Before the music, way before the music. You know what I'm saying? So it's like New York niggas, they be knowing what used to be like how I used to be and shit. So they just think like us as a whole, we just some young ass tough niggas and shit. So it was like when this shit was happening with 6ix9ine and he was kind of like targeting Chicago and targeting Sosa and them and shit. It was causing friction between Chicago and New York as a whole because New York was trying to ride with Tekashi on some make it New York versus Chicago shit. And it was just basically you doing lame shit and you wanna be playing with niggas from our city for no reason type shit. And it was like making us as a whole tweak with him, but it wasn't us versus them type shit, But it was pissing me off because it was all bullshit. It was just making me like I was one of them niggas like, regardless of whatever Tekashi did, like I used to just respect his grind. Like I used to be like, oh well, he do a lot of like weird ass shit, I guess you could say, like a lot of shit that I just be like, what the fuck he do that for? But he still, at the end of the day, he's successful, So apparently he got somebody in his ear or somebody that's smart, or it's him that's doing the right thing, even though he doing a lot of slow shit. You know what I'm saying? He was just getting paid the most for the shows, topping the charts, 10 for 10 on the Billboard. He was doing the right shit even when he was wrong. So it was like, on a business standpoint, I used to be like, man, Shorty know what he doing. It's just a lot of decision making he made on a lot of trolling shit that I didn't like. But after that shit, with that shit, bro, he came here, and it's like he tried to embarrass our city, and that's the real I had to get in it because it was like, and it was pissing me off because I had to get into a couple of my New York niggas about this shit too, because they was co-signing everything he was doing, it like it was legit. Like, he came out here, right? I mean, he came to Chicago, right, at like 4 something in the morning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he came on like one of them red eye flights with an airport. No, that bitch dry. Nobody knew, and it was just happened to be somebody that worked at our airport in Chicago that's seen him and recorded him. And like, they was like, yeah, man, this nigga 6ix9ine here. He was on there like, yeah, it's 4 something in the morning, So he gets off the plane, and then it's like, it's fucked up even more because it was like, everything you did was calculated. Like, you tried to do this trolling shit like this on purpose. And you wanted to put it as an image, as if you was on some tough shit. But in reality, it wasn't like that. Like, he came and went to O Block, right? And he went to O Block at 6 in the morning, and was in there like, yeah, man, I'm out here in O Block. It looked like no block. This, that, and the third. Man, it's 10 p.m., man. Where you niggas at? It's 10 p.m. But it was 6 something in the morning in all reality. And like the security guards that's in the O, they fuck with the niggas that's in the O. So they had no problem showing them like, bro, the cameras was rolling when he pulled up. They had real live documented cameras of him over there like 4, 5, 6, whatever time it was in the AM. And he pulled up, made that little video, and literally got in the car. He pulled up, made the video, and literally got in the car and got up out of there. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, bro, you set this shit up. Like, and then he come out. He handing out like meals and shit to our homeless people, dropping his location and shit. But he making the videos like he doing it right then and there. Whole time these videos from 7 this morning. You out here posting videos feeding the homeless at noon like you doing this right now. But bro, these videos from 7 in the morning, like 7, 8 in the morning. Like one of the restaurants he went to and got all the food from, as soon as he posted the video, bro then went right up in that same restaurant like 20 minutes later. Like, when that dude Tekashi coming? They like, no, he was here early this morning. He came in at like 8:30, 9 o'clock sometime this morning. He was there very early. And it's like, bro, so you really doing all this shit in this calculated steps? Like, it was calculated steps, man. It was just like, why you want to go through this much to make it look like you doing some tough shit and you not? You know what I'm saying? And that's all I don't respect. I'm from Chicago. We gangsters, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing my city is, and it's like, we don't do shit like that. Like, we ain't trying to troll nobody or make nobody think we tough. Our actions speak louder. You know what I'm saying? Niggas know we how we coming, you know what I'm saying? But you coming there doing all this little weird shit and to make it look like you hard. Then you got your mayor, the people that he had a management deal through is our mayor's brother. Our mayor is Rahm Emanuel. And his brother owns the management label, I think it was, that Tekashi assigned to. So when Tekashi came there, he had all type of police escorts everywhere he went in the city, everywhere. So it was like, this the shit that ended up coming out later, but it was like, bro, why would you do all that just to make it seem like some shit? Then you got the whole New York beefing with the whole Chicago like this. We on some East Coast versus Midwest shit. This ain't got nothing to do with New York. We love New York. I be in New York all the time. Done that twice a month. You know what I'm saying? We fuck with each other the long way, but you making us bump heads because you doing fuck shit. And it's crazy how karmas work, because now he booked for the shit and all type of shit. It's just weird. But he was weird, and I don't understand him. I really didn't get none of it back then.
Yeah. I know that the videos come out and show that he with the time on it.
Yeah,
from
it
the
was
video from O Block.
Yeah, it was
he was like, "It's 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Where you guys at?" Yeah.
Bro, like, I went and posted the video on my page. It's on my Instagram right now. Like if you listen to the video, like, you really pay attention, like, just look past what he's saying, look at the surroundings. Like, it had rained the night before he posted the video all the way until that morning, like until like 3, 4 in the morning. So like, when he posted the video at 10 at night and was trying to make it seem like that was right then and there, it was wet on the ground. It gave him up, because when he posted the video,
it was the next day.
It was
right?
the next night. Like, it's like him coming.
Yeah.
It's like him, like, say for instance, it rained tonight, from tonight all the way to like 5 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And he went at 5 in the morning after it was raining, after it had stopped raining, and made that post. And then later on that night at 10 o'clock that night, he posted it and it was like, man, this 10 o'clock at night, but it ain't raining no more. And bro, we all looking like, bro, why is it wet on the ground? It just rained last night and this morning. It ain't rained none today. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, what the fuck? He trying to finesse. You hear birds chirping in the background. Like, you literally, like I swear to God, like, you can see the sunrise all the way in the back. Like, you can tell it's about to turn into the daytime. So it was like, you tried to do these calculated steps, but that shit was just, it was weak, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was weak.
How did everything start between you and Durk?
Man, that shit, it's just, I really be hating talking about this shit because it'd be like, I don't want to keep giving it light, but I'm going to go brief with it. It was just some shit like, we was all together. Niggas, his girl got on me in front of the wrong one of his homies, and he ended up running back telling Durk that I was fucking her, but I was never fucking her. So it was like, it created some traction between me and him. You know what I'm saying? But
So it started a rumor and everything?
yeah, it started over a rumor that ended up, it wasn't true at the time. Like, I ended up cracking her later on down the line. But it wasn't true at the time. I wasn't even on that with her, you know what I'm saying? But he, because females, I guess they predictable and they gullible, they noticeable. Like, females, they wear their hearts on their sleeve, and if you a real man, you could pay attention to what females be doing. So I guess she was throwing hints and like flirting at me, steady looking all in my face and shit. And I seen what was going on, but I was ignoring it because I wasn't on that. But I guess he's saying it and he thought it was something more than what it was, so he just tried to
Okay. Did you guys ever talk about it or anything?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we talked about it because he like, once it got back to me and I heard about it, I'm a real nigga, so I was like, I wasn't finna just let the shit be known and get talked about and then I don't say nothing, because then that, first of all, that make me look guilty. Second of all, it was like, I'm a nigga, like, I'm a man, bro. I'm not finna hear nothing, no rumor about me that's supposed to came from nobody and that I could call right now and I don't call him, you know what I'm saying? So I'm text him, man, what's up? What's this shit the motherfucker saying I'm supposed to do? Like, what's up? He was fucked up about it and shit. He like, yeah, bro, fucking we could run her and all this. I'm like, you really think I'm fucking your baby mama? You sound funny as hell, man. You weird. Like, stop tweaking. Talking about we gonna run your baby mama. You don't mean that. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't on no bullshit with him really. At that time, I was just like, you need to stop that shit, boy. You know what I'm saying? We ain't on that. I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying? But niggas, man, after it was out and it was ended up causing some friction, like, it was like it was to the point where he was kind of getting on my nerve anyway about whole other shit, and I was separating myself from them, so later on down the line, I ended up cracking her anyway. Yeah.
Did he dish you in a song? A song called We Ball or something?
No, he had, I don't know, bro. It was like, I don't know. You know me, I'm a real savage, so I'm not for the subliminal shit, you know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of subliminal shit being said, and he was trying to make it seem like motherfuckers, like, it was so crazy because it was like after this shit came out, and then now people wanted to try to say I was snitching. So when the snitch shit come out that I'm not snitching, now niggas want to write up all this dumbass fake paperwork and shit that it wasn't working. They was lying. The paperwork didn't add up to nothing that people was saying happened. They put people rap names and shit in the paperwork instead of putting real niggas' names. Shit. So it was just a whole lot of holes in the story. So it was like people didn't understand. Like all of a sudden when we got into it, now niggas was trying to say I was telling. So it was like I had to tell people like,
So you guys were cool until the rumors came out.
Yeah, we was cool. We was, man, hanging with each other. He used to call me every day to come kicking with him. And then it was like when a motherfucker tried to say I was fucking his baby mama, now niggas tried to like assassinate my character. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I didn't like that shit, and that shit really, that's what really like caused the friction, because it was like, bro, niggas know me. Don't put my name in no shit like that, boy. You know what I'm saying? Don't put my name in no shit like that, because you salty about no bitch. Especially, don't play with my life over no bitch. I don't give no fuck what type of bitch she is. Your baby mama, your mama, I don't give a fuck if she was your dead grandma. Don't put my motherfucking name in no police shit over no bitch.
So you think that the snitch accusations had to do with
Of course it did. Cause what's
The
the other? What's the? Let's look. Think of it like this, bro. The shit with Fro them came about after they got booked. I had been fucking his baby mama since November of 2013. We was all cool. I mean, we weren't all cool, but it was like nobody was speaking on none of that. But it was like as soon as Fro them got locked up, they ended up snatching me up for the shit, you know. And of course, I know rumors have come out because when people scared about a lot of shit, they gon' want to make everybody look like they doing something that they ain't got no business doing. Cause niggas, a lot of niggas that ain't never been in situations for real. That's why I don't listen to a lot of people in my city when they talk about a lot of street shit. Cause you know a lot of niggas be rapping other niggas' lives. Like you would go to jail in our city, bro, and a nigga tell you a whole story like it's his and it ain't. He was somewhere else when he heard it, but he repeating it to you like it's him. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what niggas do. And I'm pretty sure they do this shit out here. Like, a nigga tell you a whole story and, like, from word for word, like he was in this situation, but whole time he heard this shit from somebody else. And some niggas so fucked up, these don't even be situations that they literally be hearing from the horse's mouth. They be somewhere eavesdropping on a nigga conversation and they hear a motherfucking story. And they go repeat it like it's theirs. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, bro, all of a sudden, now I'm telling. I've never been telling before in my fucking life. But as soon as I fuck a rap nigga bitch, now a nigga want to make me be telling. But it was like, the shit, the paperwork, it never came out. Never had a name with mans on there. So it was just like, niggas had to dead that shit, you know? And this shit, you know, people tried to make that be our issue for so long. Like, oh yeah, he is rat. He told, that's why we're on. But that shit came out like, bro, you know?
Did you guys run into each other during all this?
Nah,
At
I never
all?
ran into him because I don't know, shit. Like I don't, I don't really want to assassinate niggas' character. But me, I be in Chicago every day, and I be out in the streets, and I don't run into niggas. You feel what I'm saying? I don't run into niggas at the bank. I don't run into niggas in the streets. I don't run into niggas at the stores. Niggas live in other states. Niggas be making all these sneak disses and shit in whole other areas where they know they not gonna see me at. So it's just like, you know, it be a lot of subliminal shit going on. But after that shit, to really get back to your question, the reball shit, it kind of like started the fake little rap subliminals. You feel me? Because that was it was like he didn't diss me, but that was the first song where it was kind of like, all right, it's on now. Niggas trying to throw that shade. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, oh, so now they try to play with me on a Wii ball. So it's like I made my Wii ball and I didn't hesitate. Like I didn't sneak this in my Wii ball. Like I literally started saying niggas' names and, you know, all that. Because don't play with me. Like I don't do the subliminal. I'm not gonna do none of that back and forth, all that. Oh, who he talking about shit. Like, bro, once I felt like you was talking about me, it's on now. Now I'm on your ass. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I dropped my Wii ball and I started speaking on a lot of that shit. Like the real reasons of what's going on and why it happened and all that type of shit. And motherfuckers was just like, you know, damn. He just bugged up. And you know me, I'm the type of nigga, bro. I'm not gonna tell a nigga what to think, you know? Like when I was all in prison, niggas was trying to make a bed for me like I was telling on niggas and shit, cause you know, I was in jail and I was in jail fighting my own drama and they was out in the world trying to throw shade on my name, like, and try to make reasons, like give out fake reasons of what happened and what could have really happened. And I was just telling motherfuckers, my people on the phone, they like, man, you gotta do something about this. I'm like, shit, I ain't tripping. I'm gonna get out. I'm finna come home. And when I come home, I'm gonna say the truth. And I ain't gonna tell nobody what to think. Cause you know, a lot of niggas from their end, they be having so much hate. They always want to tell niggas like they don't want niggas that fuck with them to fuck with me. But it be like, bro, I'm so real and I'm so established in the streets. It's just like, bro, any nigga that know me, they gotta fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? And niggas know how I'm coming, so it's like, motherfuckers if a nigga ain't trying to get into it, then niggas definitely don't want no smoke with me. In my city, bro, like we not like Atlanta or like LA either. You know, like it's a lot of us out there, bro, with hella talent, and we get blackballed based on who gets in first. Like, you know, it's a lot of op rappers that's lit in our city that ain't get a lot of recognition that they deserve either because niggas from our end made it in the industry first and then they basically fucked their names up before they could even get in. You know what I'm saying? And they do that with some of their own people too. Like some niggas that they hate on and they don't want to get in this shit, they'll throw salt and have motherfuckers looking at niggas funny like niggas did something crazy to them or ain't do right by them the whole time. It's a lot of jealousy in this shit, you know? That's why I just be doing my thing. Like, you know me, this shit don't really, like nothing could phase me, bro. Like if you've been following our scene for a long time, like niggas know, like Take 600, I'm a legendary figure in my city. You know, like niggas can't take that away from me. I've been here since day one. You know what I'm saying? I done been through a lot of shit, seen a lot of shit, done a lot of shit, and I'm not just no rapper. Niggas know, like, man, shorty, like, anybody could vouch for you. Anybody could vouch for this. They know me from back in the day. I've been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, when you famous, you speak to it, you speak a lot of shit out in the public, and a lot of people that don't know me ahead and probably believe what you say or you might have them in your favor, but at the end of the day, the ones that know me, they know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So you could never fully like block me because it's like everybody, I made my own name, and the people that know me, the fans that know me, they know what to not believe and expect from me. So it's like you can't really, especially if you don't got no proof of these shit you saying. Like if you don't got a, bro, one thing you never play with a nigga saying it without proof is if he either homosexual or if he the police. I won't even call a nigga gay or a rat if I ain't saw it myself. Like this visual, like I won't say neither one because niggas die behind that shit, bro. Like niggas will die. Like in jail, you will die for fucking with a punk. You will get killed for ratting in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit, like this is crazy because bro was just showing me like that's just because you think you behind the wall, that don't mean the motherfucker won't get up with you. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas get killed in jail just like they get killed in the world. My homies get stabbed in jail. For
Yeah,
them all
no,
in
real
Division
shit.
9 and Max Division fighting murders, as soon as they decks go up, Shanks coming out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, this shit, you ain't untouchable, folks. So me, I done been in them prison yards and been on them county yards and thugged it out with the gangsters. Niggas know when they see me what it is, man. You know, motherfuckers know not to even confront me about a lot of shit because they know me. They know what it is and what it ain't. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that shit, you can't really, it's like when the shit first happened, it was a little bit out of my favor. It was out of my control. But I end up later down the line, you know, it's a lot of fake street niggas out here, bro. Like it's a lot of niggas that you could tell the sky is green, and they'll go until they get later on down the line. Like, damn, bro, the sky really don't really look that green, for what the fuck did we listen to do for? You feel me? That shit kind of look blue as hell right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it just be a lot of niggas don't use their own brain. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas will let you tell them some shit and they will run with it because that's the easiest way to do it. A lot of niggas ain't trying to look into a lot of shit and see what's really right and wrong. They would rather just let a motherfucker, oh yeah, this what's going on. And they just run with it. Because if they got to think about it and make their own shit up, then they damn near gonna have to do a whole lot of work. And niggas ain't trying to do that type of shit.
Recently, you had a conversation with 600Breezy. I think he was still in jail at the time.
Yeah.
About his Vlad TV interview, where he actually said in the interview he said he's seen it, but when you guys had a conversation, can you talk about that?
Yeah, I mean that's just like a prime example of what I'm saying though, you know. And it's just like, you know, me and Breezy, we hashed that shit out, you know. But it's just like people be doing that type of shit, bro, and they just be like, it be fucked up. And you know me, like when I talked to Breezy, I wasn't even gonna record the conversation because it was really like I didn't do that for the fans and all that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do that for that. That was really for me to get an understanding with him, and that was for me. That wasn't for the fans. But at the end of the day, I'm also a believer. I gotta bring shit to where it was brought to. Like, if you gonna say all this shit that fucked my name up in the public, and then you try to apologize in private, that's not how we doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you gonna throw dirt on my name in public, then you gotta make that same apology in public. Like, you don't get the woo woo, shorty did this, shorty did that, to say this on all these big ass platforms where millions of people is gonna see this shit, and then think when you go back and you try to take that shit back, then I'm just gonna let you just tell it to me in a dark room where nobody else can hear it, and that's just gonna be it. No, because a lot of people, they front they move. A lot, like, if I never would have recorded that conversation, he could have got anywhere on the internet or anything, act like he never even told me that shit. You know, like I got that conversation in my phone right now. I talked to him like years some change ago. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay.
at the end of the day, man, some shit you just gotta keep close because people front they move. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like that prime example. Like, man, you got up there, you said like you seen some paperwork on me, and you seen this and that happen, and then I get on the phone with you and you like, man, yeah, I only said that shit because niggas was saying that shit, and then I went to jail and I heard you was talking to bro and them, you was booked with them, and niggas ain't even see you, never got on the stand, but bro, you really knew this already. You You know what I'm saying? You knew this already, but at the end of the day, bro, that don't give you the right to say what you said. Because at the end of the day, all that shit you said, you made hella assumptions. He got on the This Is 50 interview and said, I set Rondo up. Like,
I didn't see
yeah,
that.
you could watch the This Is 50 interview. He said that I talked to Rondo on the phone, and then when I got off the phone with Rondo, the police, they was using, like, I was, like, my phone was tapped, and I stayed on the phone with Rondo so the police could track his motherfucker, they could track his,
Oh, with the cell phone. With the
yeah, you
cell
feel
phone
me? And
towers.
yeah, they could track his location off the cell phone. Then when I got off the phone with him, as soon as I got off the phone with him, he got locked up. But the nigga he was with, when he got booked, Rondo, the nigga that Rondo was with, Odie, he had made a post, and I had screenshot at the post because I had seen it. He was like, man, who would have thought a traffic stop would have turned into you have a warrant for murder? You feel me? So now, you basically letting the motherfucker know, like, it was some traffic stop shit or something, or some Dave and Buster, some shit, but it had nothing to do with my conversation with him. You feel me? But, you know, niggas be quick to jump the gun, you know what I'm saying, and say a lot of shit about a lot of shit, and that shit don't be true, and it come out later on down the line. That's why I be keeping a lot of shit in my motherfucking phone, because people like to say shit without proof, but they like to throw shit out there in the world and, like, let the world decide who gon'. Like, bro, really, you know, it's so fucked up with humans, bro, and when anything you dealing with, when you dealing with humans, you gotta have real facts, bro, because us as people, bro, we not perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I don't understand the justice system at all, because they let people that's not perfect judge people like they perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like, you will be fighting a case, and you gotta pick 12 people that have literally nothing to do with this case. These motherfuckers come straight off the street, and these motherfuckers is the people that decide if I gotta do 60 years or not. And then they don't even come from my surroundings, so you really can't even make them think, like, what would y'all do in my situation? Like, it be motherfuckers in here fighting bodies, and you tell them go pick 12 people. You know, when you fight murder, right before you go on trial, you got to pick your own jury. But it's always motherfuckers that literally don't come from nowhere where you come from. You feel me? So it's like they don't even understand what you probably did to protect yourself. You probably had a self-defense murder. A nigga was finna kill you, and you end up killing him. Or something happened and you end up making the decision that had caused you to get right here. But they gonna judge you as if they've been in these same situations, but they haven't. You know what I'm saying? But it's like people in our city, bro, they throw a lot of shit out there and they just like want to see what the fans gonna believe. And when you playing with police shit and all that snitching shit, bro, you can't do that, bro. You gotta be speaking facts. Like me, I wouldn't never said a lot of shit a lot of niggas said unless I had the paperwork right there with me to show what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
How many people actually lied about? Like, where did it actually come from?
Because it came from that shit. Like, this whole situation, it was just like, and people believed it because they was thinking like Durk and them and Breezy and them was like credible people, because they probably thought like, man, why would they lie on Shorty? But bro, like I tell people, like, people got their own personal reasons for a lot of this shit. Like, niggas didn't know that I had fucked Durk baby mama, and that's the real reason that me and him been bumping heads. They didn't know that.
All right.
They just thought that this nigga just was tweaking with me because of that shit. But no, they didn't know, because I'm not the type of nigga. I didn't even expose me fucking Durk baby mama. You feel me? Until 2017 when I got out of prison. I had been fucking her since November of 13. You feel me? I didn't expose her for 4 years. Like, that lets you know I'm not clout chasing. I'm not trying to break up no happy homes. I did the shit and I wasn't trying to gain nothing from it. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to be on no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, people didn't know. But when I finally brought out the shit, they was like, nah, it makes sense. Now we see where the hate coming from. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas didn't understand what the fuck was the issue with me and Breezy. But whole time, before this shit, me and Breezy never really liked each other. We was never the niggas that hung with each other in the hood or been around each other, used to call each other every day. We was never them type of niggas. You know, I was hanging in the hood with my crowd, and folks was somewhere with his people. You know what I'm saying? But people be having their own type of morals of why they speak on what they speak on. You know what I'm saying? And why they say what they say. But if you're gonna tell lies, then you still don't got the right. Like, cause even if I don't like you, I'm not gonna lie on you. Like, I'm the nigga that done gave plenty niggas credit. Like Ops. I'm talking about when Duck, LBG Duck, I don't know if you heard of him, you heard of him?
Yeah.
When he first dropped that hit Slide, nigga, I was the first nigga from my end to play his song on live and rap it like I know it and I listen to it every day. Like, I gave him his props. Like, man, this shit cold. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't throwing no hate on him, no salt, no nothing. I don't do shit in private. You know what I'm saying? Like, anything I do, any relationships I establish, I don't get no fucking fist or more. I don't make popular decisions. I always do what's right. Like, a lot of niggas that that was going with that snitch shit, they was just going with it because it was the popular thing. Like, it's hard for motherfuckers. Say, for instance, if everybody was saying you was telling, right? But none of them had no paperwork on it. And it was like, it's easy for me to be like, oh yeah, that nigga rap when somebody asks me about him. You feel me? Because everybody's saying it. So I might as well say the same shit. But for a motherfucker to be like a real stand-up nigga to be like, man, you know what? I don't know what's going on with that shit. Motherfucker saying he told, but I ain't never seen no paperwork on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got nothing against him. That's the type of nigga I'll be. Like, I would be that nigga, that one nigga that be like, bro, I ain't never seen no paperwork on dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he snitching. I know niggas telling, saying he telling. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't no paperwork came out on this. It's been 5 years they tried to say he was telling. Ain't no nigga and ever pointed out and said that there ain't nobody got no paperwork on Shorty. Like, man, here it go right here. Shorty told. You know what I'm saying? In a 5-year stand. You know, all that paperwork shit, that shit public record. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't like hard to get at all. You can go get it right now. You know what I'm saying? That shit public record, bro. You can get that shit right now. You pay some bread, you can have the whole trial transcripts right now. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, you know, and another thing that people didn't know about it, what made me point out that it was a personal thing, because, you know, it was a lot of people that did rap on Rondo and C-Day that was from our hood.
Oh, okay.
That's from our hood. Like, females got on the stand on Rondo and C-Day and Trek and pointed them out. And they hang with them all the time.
Oh, wow.
They be with them all the time at all the guys, all the dead guys functions and shit. When the dead guys days come up, they throw parties for them, go kick it with them. They outside in the hood with them, you know. But it's like when y'all try to put that shit on my name and y'all try to shame me, like y'all wanted to try to separate from me, make me look like some nigga I wasn't. But here go business that's info, them paperwork that y'all seen with y'all own eyes, get up there and him did it, he did it. And y'all hang with them every day.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that shit should have made motherfuckers realize it's personal. And I got them same screenshots in my phone too. I can pull all this shit up. Anything I'm telling you, bro, I can pull up right now. Like, anything, the conversation with me and Breezy, the pictures with them hanging with the bitches that told on them. I got this shit in my phone. Like, I see this shit with my own eyes and I know what I know. You feel me? I don't go off when nobody tell me or nothing. I see this shit and I know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that shit just be like, people just be having their own vendettas for why they do shit, bro.
Have you guys talked? Have you and Breezy talked since he's been out?
I mean, we ain't had no real live conversation about a lot of shit, but it's been like, you know, like we just copacetic, you know, like, you know, we kept that shit off our chest when he was in jail, so I don't make it be no beef. Like, you ask me right now, like when I'm speaking on this situation, it ain't like I got no hate towards Breezy or nothing, but I got to answer the question accordingly, and I got to speak on what's the real and what's the facts, what really happened. And the facts is that he said a lot of shit before he went to jail that he went against when I got on the phone with him. You know what I'm saying? And I basically brought up everything. Like, I only put 60 seconds of the call on the phone, but everything that ever took place that he opened his mouth and said while he was out here, I asked him about on the phone with him. And he reneged all that shit, everything. He told me his reasons for saying what he said. And it was not because he seen nothing. It was because, oh man, motherfucker was saying it, motherfucker was telling me, and that's why I was saying it. I was saying it because Woo was saying it, and you know, that's fucked up because you one of them members and you one of them real faces, one of them real savages. You was really out here for motherfuckers to put that on your name. That was fucked up. You know, that was the whole conversation. You know what I'm saying? And I was basically telling them, like, not trying to be on no bullshit, but I'm like, yeah, I understand what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it goes back to what I'm saying. Like, you can't put this shit out there like that. And, you know, it was like, it fucked me up with him because it's like, by him being from the hood, when he was saying a lot of this shit, it was just making me look at him like he had something against me the whole time. Like, I could never openly speak about one of my niggas in that type of way. Like, never. Like, because I'm not the one that's going to put everybody in our business. Like, if you really from the streets, you would know, like, that exposing rats that's from your hood is not a good look. I don't care how you try to shape it, because these your homies. So whatever flaw that they got that made them tell still, that flaw might be in you, because y'all was taught the same shit. We come from the same hood. So if a nigga from my block tell and he came up, lived the same life as me, and he ended up catching the case and he told, then if I expose this, that mean it might be a flaw in me. That might mean I'll tell something. Because this nigga been with me and we've been through the same shit, been through the same trials and tribulations, folk, learned the same shit the same way at the same time. So if he called a case and told, then a nigga would flip it and be like, man, Shorty and them over there, all they have some rats, man. You know what I'm saying? Because like, bro, that shit goes a long way. Like having a rat in your circle or a snake, bro, that shit ain't no good look. You know what I'm saying? And that should reflect on everybody. That should reflect on everybody. Like, I'm pretty sure, like you just talking like some shit. Like, you know, you probably an OG from this street shit. You know how that rat shit go, bro. You can't have those flaws like that. You gotta, you know, like, you gotta really put that shit, man. That shit, like, that's some shit that you find out. You know what you know. Your hood and your area know what they know. But as far as like everybody, nah, bro. I mean, whoever in the circle, whoever in the area, whoever supposed to know that type of shit, to say they self and make sure they stay the fuck away from that person, that's who knows. Yeah, but you know, like that type of shit is just like, I would never spoke on that type of shit in public because, you know, we all famous. So when we say shit, everybody around the world hears it. So it's like when you speaking on that type of shit about your own people, you gotta be speaking facts first. Then you gotta watch how you say everything. Because now it kind of flipped back on Breezy per se, because it was like, once you said all that shit with your chest out like that before you went to jail, then when I caught you on that phone and you kind of like reneged on, nah, bro, I want, it make you look like you're not a reliable source no more. So now when you open your mouth about a lot of shit, you look like a liar. You feel me? Because that's real shit, bro. Like, if a nigga would have made me look like a liar on some shit like that, like nothing I said after that makes me, I can't believe nothing you say now. Like, y'all would probably think that. Like, you hear, like, a lot of people gonna look like, man, he be just talking. We already seen that. So now you look like a liar or a nigga that can't be trusted. So you fucked yourself up, really.
How did you and T Grizzly meet?
Oh, shit, man. Me and T Grizzly, we met because when I got out of prison, he was kind of getting out around that same time and shit. And he had made his first day out, and I made a first day out. And some fan from Detroit, he had like put me and him on, like, they was like, yeah, woo, T Grizzly just made a first day out too. Y'all should work or some shit like that, he said. But basically, some nigga from Detroit on Twitter, I wish I could find that nigga right now. But he put us in tune, and T Grizzly first day out, he ended up blowing him up, you know. But I was the first nigga from Chicago to fuck with him, you know.
Did you guys use the same beat, or was it just
No,
different?
it was just, you know how like when niggas do, any rapper that really was lit, every time they go to jail and they come home, they always do a first day out. I think that was Gucci that started that shit.
Oh, okay.
You know,
okay.
Gucci did it, Sosa did it, all type of rappers do it when they get out now. And, you know, I was just carrying on with the rap tradition, and so was he. So made first days out. He came to the city. He had like some promotion and shit he was doing out here. He came, linked up with me. I was fresh out on parole at the time. Came out here, fucked with me and shit. We was chilling at the hotel, fucking around, chopping it up about a lot of shit. And that's, you know, that's me being a rapper is as long as I've been. I know that shit that's what comes with this shit too. Like niggas gonna do what's beneficial for them in this rap shit. Like you can never really get caught up in trying to have friends. Like that's why when I get in the game and when I was in the game, like when I first got in this rap shit, like I never used to be with empowering other hoods. Like when I was rapping and I first started rapping, I was under Durk and them niggas was, him and Rondo used to try to get me to be OTF and like really jack that OTF shit, but I wasn't jacking that shit. Like I fuck with y'all the guys, but bro, I'm trying to, OTF already got a nigga that's got a deal and got famous. What the fuck I'm trying to claim his shit for and help him build his brand? I'm finna be here with Team 600. We on that Team 600 shit. LA had just died too. You feel me? I had one song out when LA died, and he was the first person to hear my song, and he told me I was raw. So I like after he got killed, I had hella momentum. Now I'm like, bro, I gotta get on. I gotta go crazy for my brother now. You know what I'm saying? I gotta carry the torch for him, and I'm not finna carry the torch trying to get nobody else shit lit, cause he wasn't doing that. You know, Durk and them try to do the same shit to him, try to make him jack OTF, try to, you know, and he used to always tell me the same shit, like, boy, I'm 600, boy. We finna put our shit on. And that's what I was always was. I'm not finna help nobody else build their shit. Y'all already in it. Y'all got niggas that's signed to a label, doing millions of views. You got somebody that's going heavy for y'all already. We need somebody for us. Somebody got to do this shit for the six. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was on. And that's just me. I don't want to, I'm not, like, when I get in this shit now, my niggas coming with me. You're not finna catch me trying to be clicked up and brother'd up with all these niggas that's famous, man. That shit is a gimmick.
Okay. You guys were cool at one point, right?
Yeah, we was cool as hell. He used to call me every time he came up here. I mean, to the Chicago.
So where did things at one point start to go sideways with you guys?
I mean, it ain't really go sideways. It was never like we was into it or nothing. It just was like, you know, when he came in, it was like we had a conversation about a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? And it was like everything that we conversated about. It was like out of a sudden, it was like none of that shit mattered to him. Like everything that he had opened his mouth and said, and all the people he said he didn't like and wasn't fucking with, I looked up and turned around and he was fucking with him. So it was like that's all it was. I was like, what the fuck? Like, and it was like to the point where he was acting weird towards me, like not blatantly like nigga I don't fuck with you, but it was just like now niggas going from calling me every other day to now it's like I ain't getting no answer from him. Well, I gotta call him multiple times to get an answer. Niggas went from hitting me, liking all my pictures, to now he ain't liking all my pictures, or he ain't, you know. And then it went from that to it was just like, oh, now you full fledged hanging with the niggas that we was just saying we ain't fucking with. So now it made me look at him weird, and I started tweaking with his ass.
Do you think it had anything to do with the accusations?
I mean, you know, it had something to do with. I mean, bro. See, I'm the thing. See, this the thing. I let him know about all that shit, and he already he had nothing but high words to say about that shit. You know, he was just coming home. He told me just the same shit. Like, man, yeah, niggas tried to say a lot of that shit when I first got booked, but you know, like niggas ain't got to work. We ain't gonna worry about that shit because I fucking with niggas for me, real, this, that, and the third. But it was about fucking with niggas that's you know he was on some industry shit, so he wanted to go fuck with an industry rapper from Chicago. I'm not in the industry. I'm in the streets. So I guess he fucked with a nigga that could do something for him more than I could do for him at that point.
I'd seen it somewhere that you didn't like when I think he dissed JoJo. And
Yeah,
you didn't like when other dudes that aren't from Chicago were dissing.
that's just any op period though. Like I mean that's just anybody period. Like bro, I'm just a real nigga. Like, when I first came in the rap game, I was way different. You know what I'm saying? I was a hothead. I used to say I was smoking on this op, this op, dissing ops, dead ops. But, like, me going through the situations I went in and just growing up, I just learned that, like, bro, I don't want to speak on nobody that can't defend their own honor. Like, that's just some shit that I was taught and I learned later on when I got older. Like, that's why I don't sneak this. I don't talk about people that can't hear me. Like, if I speak on a nigga in this interview, I know he gonna see it eventually. So it ain't like I said nothing private. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you gonna see this because I know you gonna see it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not hiding nothing I'm saying. But as far as like dead ops, I don't speak on them. I don't speak on no nigga that can't come and say, what? Ooh. That's dumb shit. And then for a person that's me, I've been in this shit all my life. Any op that I wanted to diss, I could. It ain't like I'm no new nigga. All the ops that's dead, I know them personally. You know what I'm saying? Then had wars with them, probably then fuck bitches with them, because that's how long I've been around. A lot of these niggas that I was in tour with, they was my homie first. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I could do that if I wanted to, even though it wouldn't make it right, but I'll be at my own grounds to do it because this is where I'm from. These my ops. But from somebody to come from 1,000 miles away, 500 miles away, and say they smoking on motherfuckers from a city where they ain't been in or stood in the hood for, or risk their life shooting at, risk their freedom getting into it with, that waters this street shit down to me. Like, don't speak on no niggas, bro. That's like me going to Detroit dissing Dex Osama, bro. Like, yeah, I'm smoking Dex Osama in the lobby. Like, what? Bro, you not from here, bro. What the fuck you mean, bro? And like, bro, I swear to God, a lot of niggas will tell you, like, I don't let niggas, like, I was in New York. New York, one of the favorite places where they always watching the Chicago, seeing all my New York homies. Yeah, who? A lot of niggas be on my lives. I swear to God, you go pull up on any of my lives on YouTube. Nigga, the fans always trying to provoke me to do some dumb shit. I be on that, because every time I get on live, I'm smoking. Fans will comment on that. Who you smoking on? Who you smoking on? What op is that? Woo woo. I be like, bro, I'm smoking weed. I ain't smoking nobody, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't on that. I ain't with that. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't me copping no plea. That ain't me waving a white flag. That ain't me dropping my flag. That's just me being on some grown man shit. I'm not talking about nobody that's dead, bro. Because I hate to hear it. I hate to hear it. You know what I'm saying? I hate when ops get on songs and say they smoking LA, they smoking D-Thing, Baldy, and all that. I hate that shit, bro. That shit hurt these my homies. And how the fuck I'm gonna expect for them to stop doing it if I keep doing it? Like, I feel like some people just got it. You can't ride waves, you gotta start them sometimes. And maybe me coming out in public saying that's gonna probably make some other rappers come out one day and be like, you know what, I ain't with that shit either. You know what I'm saying? That shit lame. You know what I'm saying? And it might start a trend 2-3 years from now. that shit might be dead. Motherfuckers might stop rapping about dead people altogether because of some shit I started. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how you got to look at this shit. Like, you got to remember, it was once upon a time when nobody smoking no ops, no dead ops. Somebody started that shit. You know, whether it was Sosa, Ide, somebody that came out first started. Somehow they was smoking on rear when he died, and this shit started from there. Not everybody. Every time a rapper, they talking about they smoking on they ops. You feel me? And nah, baby, I could start a trend where that shit did now. So I just don't do it.
At what point did you and T Grizzly stop working together?
I mean, shit, it was just like then and there. After that shit, I seen like, you know, I was just like, oh no, I ain't got time. Cause you know me, come from where I'm from. I don't got time for no wishy-washy niggas or niggas that like to do certain shit, you know, go against certain morals and shit. Like, I can't do it. So it's like, after that shit, it's like, I ain't know. It didn't want no, like, oh, man. Like, I wasn't hurt about it or nothing. Because I never, like, me going through what I went through, I had my own 10-year niggas trying to kill me. So it's like, I can't get attached to no niggas that I just met like that. Like, what, to the point where they do something I don't like and it hurt me deep. Shit don't hurt me. It's like, I expect it at this point. If you don't do nothing fool, I'll be surprised. Like, I expect every nigga to fuck up. Like, I just to the point I'm at. You got to show me how real you is. I'm not going to give you the benefit of the doubt you real. And when the nigga walk in my face, he already fake until he proven he not. Like, I'm not like the justice system where you innocent until proven guilty. No, your ass is guilty until you proven innocent. I don't get niggas that respect no more because every time you give them that respect, they going to show you they true hand. And by the time you don't got time to get a relationship with a nigga and later on down the line you find out he's a fuck nigga and that shit might cost you your life. You might have thought this nigga was real. You done got in the car with this nigga, thought he was so cool. You'd have let him take you on the drill. You'd have shot out the back of this nigga car. Then y'all get chased by a 12. He crying and shit. You know what I'm saying? Now he's telling on you. Now you, damn, man, this nigga a bitch. I ain't know he was a bitch. You should have been learned he was a bitch. That's because you let him be real. You let him make you fool you when he first got in the game. You should have made him go through some trials and tribulations to find out how he really was. And that's all it was, you know. I done got some industry friends that I had to find out that they was some real niggas. Like Polo G now. Polo G, that's a real nigga. Like Polo, a real nigga. That nigga real for you, bro. As real as they come. And he didn't show me on too many situations how he gonna extend his hand when it come to me. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, damn. I thought you was a fuck nigga, folk. But you real as hell, folk, on BD. So, that's just how it happened.
All right, well, it was good, man, sitting down with you. I appreciate it. Is there anything you want to plug at the end?
Oh, yeah, let me just take 600, go fuck with that. Road to Riches on YouTube. It's on Real Star right now. Championship intro, you know, got the new tape finna drop. I don't got no release date yet. A lot of heat on there, a lot of big features on there, you know, gang shit, man. We out here in LA doing our thing, man.